Hello, this is the Prussian Prince back with another Heart of the Swarm replay cast. This is going to be a 1v1 on Daybreak LE, which stands for Laddered Edition. And I am, of course, the Terran in the blue trunks, spawning at the bottom left of the map. As for my opponent, his name is Cryos. He is the red Terran with an awesome little decal over here, or not sure how it's called. Mine isn't that great. His is better though, I think. But what he's gonna go for is just the usual 10 depot, same as me. None of us going for 8 racks, 8 gas, 8 refinery. I mean 8 depot, because it's just very aggressive, and if it doesn't do damage, like, you will be in a lot of trouble. But you can see me over here just gonna produce, well, make a barracks same as my friend, well, my opponent. Can be friends, even if your opponent is gonna kill you on the battlefield, you can still be friends. But here is where we both take our gases. Mine is a little bit later, but that's because I made more SCVs. He took his earlier. As you can tell, I have almost an extra SCV compared to him. There we go. So basically, like, I have a small advantage in terms of economy. But you can see that I've already sent out an SCV at like 14 supply to scout. See what is up to. And really, like, in TvT you have to open Reaper, otherwise it's just gonna be hard to defend. Sorry for that. Something went to my nose. But yeah, my SCV got in. Unfortunately, he did put down this depot and he's gonna stop me from seeing anything. I'm gonna try and attack this SCV, and one thing you want to do when you attack an SCV is you want to keep shift clicking it a couple times, so that if it doesn't actually finish, I mean, once it turns around or does some stuff with the depot, it just goes to the other side of the depot, your unit won't attack. Like, if it's here, then it moves up here, your SCV will not attack it sometimes, and that's why you want to shift click it. But you can see that his Reaper did kill my SCV, but I also killed one of his SCVs, the original SCV that was making his depot. And here is where the cool part starts. We both have Reapers. I'm gonna use mine more defensively though. I know we're both going the same build, so this is why I think if you're both going for the same build, I think playing defensively is a better idea. Because there's really, like, you have no advantage in anything offensively if you both play with the same build. And here you just saw me get the first real advantage in this game, because I took down one Reaper for free, and here comes his second Reaper. He attacked, he took like 8, he damaged me with 8 hit points, but basically I'm at a huge advantage right now. I have 2 Reapers, he has no Reapers, and look at all the stuff that I'm producing. He isn't really making much himself, but you can see now I'm dropping down the starport, I'm making a command center, making a widow mine. So basically it's just doing a decent job myself. Now I'm just gonna obviously turn this into an orbital command, but for some reason I made an SCV instead. I think I'm gonna cancel it and make the orbital. Do I do that? Yes, I do that. You can see my macro is slipping, but my opponent's macro is slipping even more, so it is going fine for me in that scenario, as well as I have a supply lead in terms of SCVs produced and actual units. I have 2 Reapers and a Widow Mine and a Marine against his 3 Marines. So basically he only has an advantage in the Marine count, but with his army he'd be able to beat mine in a one-on-one. And my Reaper over here, it actually got 2 kills. So 26 to 20 SCVs. He does have a Hellion finally though, he's gonna make more. But he's supply blocked. So, and APM wise, he has 58, 60, I have like 303, so quite a big difference, like 6 times his APM. But I did not notice that he had this SCV here. Should have really sent this Marine to attack his SCV. And you see here is what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and do some sort of Widow Mine drops, because Widow Mine drops, they're pretty popular now and they're pretty nice. And you see, while I do that, I just gather a lot of minerals for like no reason. Like I should have really been macroing better. Should have built like third command center quicker and should have gotten those gases quicker. Still not building much out of those factories, nothing out of the starport. Should be making double CC, but anyway, here's the Widow Mine. First one does nothing, second one gets a kill. So really, like, his defense was pretty good. Though he did take some damage over here because of this Widow Mine. So another Widow Mine shot would kill those easily. All those Marines would die, and that would be big. But I think he'll want to scan or something, and then he'd be able to take out my Widow Mine. His bunker over here, it's not being completed. But yeah, finally, like, my macro is still terrible, but I'm getting double CC, I'm getting double factory. Also gonna mine more from here, gonna send this barracks over here. Not sure why I'm landing it, I should be scouting with it instead. And I still have this Widow Mine here being annoying. Am I ever gonna move it? I don't know. So yeah, my minerals and gas still up high. For some reason I'm actually not building any depots when I'm building the armories. Still I'm not making depots, still not making depots. But I guess when those CCs will finish, I'll have what I need anyway. But I'm still not making depots. What's up with that? Yeah, still not making depots, still not making depots. That's such a long supply block. Like, I didn't look at this for a long time, but finally, as soon as those CCs are done, turn them into orbitals, but I am so slow. Still not turning them into orbitals. Like, I don't know what I was doing, because it took me so long to actually react to what was happening. This Marine guy, he's just a baller. Nerd baller. But SCV wise, a huge advantage, 42 to 18. Not sure why that's the case. I guess he's just not been making SCVs, but 44 to 18 now, so I have a huge advantage in terms of SCVs. Army wise though, he's in the lead, but I do have a tank which can really help against what he has. Especially if it's on the high ground, like over here or here or here, would be decent. But yeah, eventually, like, I'm gonna catch up to him and get a higher and higher army supply, and finally have like 3 Hellions. So you can see that TvT, I seem to prefer going mech right now, and I'm gonna just get a lot of missile turrets in case of drops or anything. I already have 3 missile turrets in the main to protect myself from potential drops, and I'm getting double upgrades. As for my opponent, he's not getting any upgrades. Does he even have an eBay? No, he does not have an eBay, so he's just gonna play without any upgrades, which I don't really agree with, because once the upgrades really matter, in a macro game especially. So you see, I have all these Hellions over here. Probably should hide the replay timer. It's kind of pointless, but you see that I have all those Hellions over here. I'm just gonna use them to harass a little bit. And I do have 1 Hellion on each watchtower. It grants me vision. I also have a 3rd base, gonna get my gases here and missile turrets. So you can see I am already at equal army supply. Instead, I've just bypassed him, and I have much more worker supply than him. Also getting the gases here, the missile turrets. Gonna be making more units, but my macro is still not good enough. Still not constantly producing SCVs. I should have more than 55 at this point. I should have like 65. 65 is a decent number of workers for third base, but I'm not making them. And I'm not transferring those. I should be transferring like 4 SCVs to my third base. That would be good. But you can see that I am not doing that. I have a good number of tanks here, a good number of Hellions. But yeah, my macro is now slipping even more than my opponent's macro. He's going double eBay, but it's just very late. Unit wise, I have 63 SCVs to 29 of his. And army supply wise, still, he's actually in the lead again. But he won't be for long, as I'm building plenty of Hellions and tanks and whatnot. You can see here that I'm also going to be building out of this. But finally, like, I'm going to build some supply depots, but it's just very late and I'm already supply blocked, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I have my tanks on the way, and my supply has just skyrocketed with 72 army supply and 68 worker supply. Still making SCVs 4 at a time, but I think that at this point I should be stopping. Because I have 68 SCVs, about around 70 is enough, really, as a Terran. Maybe 75, but 75 max. You don't really need more than that. I'm still making SCVs. Yeah, I made too many SCVs. Hopefully I don't make more. I should be stopping there, but I am actually making more. So I'll mine a lot, I guess. It's still like 25. You see, 25 out of 24. That's too many. And I have only 8 SCVs here. This is a blunder. I should have sent some SCVs to my main. But at least, like, I'm not really supply blocked anymore. And army supply wise, I'm ahead. Worker supply wise, still ahead. And I'm building starports because I'm gonna transition into something later. And that something is what I would call Sky Terran. I have those Hellions here. I have Blue Flame. He does have his own Hellions, but his are not Blue Flame, and he doesn't have any upgrades. I have 1-1, and I'm almost done with 2-2. So this is going to be my 2-2 timing in a bit. But well, I'm not really being too aggressive. Well, besides now I scan and I'm just gonna move closer and closer with tanks. Doesn't really have any tanks, and that's his problem. But they have the range here. Yeah, I can almost hit him with my tank here. But I got the Hellbat upgrade. He is getting combat shield. He doesn't even have stim right now, and stim would have been so good for him. Army supply, I'm still heavily ahead also in terms of worker supply. So I have 200 against 121. I am basically gonna get my 4th base up before he even gets 3rd base, and his 2nd base and main still not fully. He's still not mining efficiently from his main and his natural, it seems. But yeah, you can see that I'm still trying to send my command center over there, but it's taken a while. Still too many SCVs here, too few SCVs here, and too few SCVs here. I needed like 6 more SCVs, or like at least 2 more, I guess. Yeah, I have Hellions here, which I think I only got 4 worker kills in total. He does have 1-1, but I have 2-2, and I'm gonna get more than 2-2. This is his first tank, and his Widow Mine is over here, but I mean, if I scan, I'll easily be able to take it out with like this tank if it was a little bit further ahead. It's finally getting stim and +2 attack, but look at what's here. I have a new up and ready army. I'm using these 2 tanks defensively. These 2 I should have sent like up here to defend my 4th base. Because really, if you have tanks here, and actually this is more difficult to defend. You have to defend this part, well actually more like this part and this part. So like you could set up here, and then if you see him moving here, you just move up with the tanks, or you could just set up here. I'm not sure what's more effective, but I actually missed the battle in which he took heavy losses, and he's still gonna lose even more because my Hellions they're blue flame and they do quite a bit of damage. 23 damage versus light. Yeah. But his Hellbat just got taken down, and look, I made my units into Hellbats. Do I have any more Hellions here? Yep, I have Hellions. You see, Hellions only have 90 health, Hellbats have 135. I believe Hellbats can be healed by Medivacs, though I forgot if they changed that. Yeah, light, biological, mechanical. So Medivacs can heal Hellbats. It's an important thing to notice. But yeah, still, like, at this point, I'm just super ahead. I'm still getting 3-3. But at this point, I should have just gone for the ship weapons level 1. I guess I have mostly mechs, so it would still help. But yeah, I'm just really in a nice spot, I guess. And he has those marines over here, which I didn't actually want to go with the Hellbats so far. But army supply, he still has 46 to my 100, so he does have a small chance of breaking out over here, especially since I do have a good portion of my army out here. So if he had actually had units all over the place, which would be difficult, he'd have to take down these rocks and then go up. He could attack from up here as well, from the front. Well, actually, if he had attacked from here, 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 and here, I think he would have been able to do it. But even so, I still have a high army. But yeah, he took down some of my Vikings, so I was not able to defend that. Setting up here to make a planetary, but he's gonna... He knows that I'm building stuff here, so he's just gonna take it down, and I cancel it because I don't want to lose the minerals, even though I have so many minerals. Especially mining off of 4, 6, 8 gas geysers. I'm not actually getting Behemoth reactor and weapon refit though. That's a mistake on my part, especially as I'm gonna transition into Sky Terran, so I really should have paid more attention to that. I have my Vikings over here, so he has to scan. I don't need to because I have air superiority. He does have this Thor now, which is gonna help him. But I mean, you see that his range is 10, my range is 13. And I just scanned here, but I'm a bit late with that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna sacrifice my Vikings to take out his tank though. So he's down, and I could have actually taken down the Thor, but I guess I decided not to. He's still gonna stay in the game despite the fact that he has 70 supply against my nearly 200 supply. But I mean, I have battle cruisers on the way. He still has this army, but he can't really use it to do too much. I have my tanks here, 3 tanks in position, 3 tanks in position, 3 tanks in position with some Hellions. He's gonna go up and get his whole army decimated, and that's his army. Still have an army here. Does have 2 Thors. He's just gonna do his best to repair. He'd actually put on auto repair, but he's gonna move out with 2 Marauders. They get decimated, and now his Thors are gonna go out. But I mean, I have Hellbats, I have tanks. Hellbats are gonna... Actually, he's targeting the tank, which is a decent move. But look, my damage is just 24 against anything. 35 versus lights, 39 versus lights. So basically, he had to call GG, really, because his problem was that he didn't build enough SCVs. He was supply blocked, I think, but that was... It's also... I can't even speak about that because I was also very supply blocked and just didn't have enough economy, enough units, and enough tech to hold on against my mech. And when you go for a bio composition against mech, you need to drop like everywhere and do damage and take small engagements, because in small engagements bio is more efficient than mech. But in a full frontal engagement, mech is just always going to overpower bio, since they have Hellbats and generally more tanks than the bio tank player. So yeah, hope you guys and girls enjoyed, and if you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and I shall see you next time.